What is going on, everybody? Good to see you today. And let's see who we got in here. I got people coming in. Good morning, JR. 74 Fahrenheit rising in sunny Savannah. Oh yeah, I already tapped the like button. Thank you for reminding me, James. Don't forget, everybody, tap that like button. Smash that like button. Break that like button. What is our weather here today, James? Let me tell you what it is. What we got going on. It is 64, and it's going to be a high of 73 today, so a little bit cooler. Oh, good. Volume's working, James tells me. I appreciate that. Today, guys, like every day, I'm here to help you start, run, and grow online businesses. That's what we're all about. That's why I do these lives. They're free. I don't sell you anything. It's just where you can ask questions and we can talk to each other, get to know each other. Met a lot of great people in here. Consider you guys friends and allies in trying to make money online. And today we're going to talk about how much money you can make online, because that's one of the big questions I get asked a lot. But that doesn't mean you can't ask questions about anything you want having to do with making money online, because that's what I'm all about. You know, I do digital products, I do I do digital products, I do physical products, I do all kinds of different products online. So, you know, whatever questions you have, feel free to ask me. We're going to be doing a really cool thing this weekend too. Not that tomorrow's not cool, but on Saturday, if you do emails, you're going to want to tune in, because I'm going to show you how to get your emails opened. Because a lot of people will send emails, but they never get opened. Nobody ever reads them. And that seems to be a big problem. And I'm going to give you a free download also on Saturday. So make sure you're here for that. That's going to be at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So, how much money can you make online? Feel free to put it in the chat section if you've got any idea on how to do that, or how much money you can make. I think it's a pretty interesting topic, because it's so diverse. It really is very diverse. Let me get another sip here as we get going. And I've been fortunate, you know, over the years to have met a lot of people online, and they sell a lot of different things. And I've got friends all around the world. Talked to one of my best friends day before yesterday, and he's in Brazil, and he's what you would call a digital nomad. He literally just travels around the world. He works about 2 or 3 hours in the morning, and then he takes the rest of the day off and just does what he wants. Pretty interesting lifestyle. And I asked him, his name's Donnie. I said, I asked him, you know, why don't you work more during the day? Why are you only working 2 or 3 hours a day? And he responded that he has enough money. You know, he's got enough money, and he doesn't need to work anymore. He just doesn't. And he is like 32, 33 years old, I think, something like that. And I met him when he was in his 20s. I probably met him about 7 years ago, something like that. Been my friend ever since. Great guy. So there's an example. You know, he works 2 or 3 hours a day. If you want to do that, you can do that. Now, he's a smart guy, and he has people that he hires to do different things for him, so he doesn't have to do it. But he doesn't have to work a whole lot of hours. Now, my first, involvement with online businesses was when I was selling cell phone cases. That's how I got started out, and I started selling them on eBay. And I didn't really make any money, you know. So there's one extreme. I bought cell phone cases. I'd buy like 100 of them and sell like 6 or 8 of them, and then that model would kind of wear out, and I'd put those in my closet, and then I would buy some more, and I'd try to sell a few of those, and that went on for a little bit, probably a few months, and I really never made any money. So there's the extreme. I actually lost money. Now, this is that was 2009, so this is going on 12 years later. It's probably 11 years and something now that I've been online. Some of the biggest days, and you can hold on to your whatever you want to hold on to, but the biggest days I've ever had now are over 6 figures in a single day, over $100,000 in a day, and that's pretty amazing to me. You know, it's pretty amazing to me, because, you know, there were times in my life where I didn't make that in a year. And now I have days where I make over $100,000 in a day. So that's pretty exciting stuff. And I don't know, does that excite you to make that kind of money? Now, a lot of you will say, well, I guess the amount of money you make has a lot to do with how many hours you work. And I would say that has something to do with it, but not everything to do with it. because there's some people that work, tons of hours and they still don't make any money because they're doing it wrong. So the first key to making money online is you got to do it right. Can you replace your job? Absolutely. When I first started, I wanted to replace my job, and I was making good money, probably more than I needed to live. And I thought to myself, well, if I could make half as much money as I make on my job, then I'll be happy. And I can quit this job, because that's all I wanted to do is just quit the job. And I knew I could get by on half as much money. Within the first year, I did okay. And then the second year, I broke $1 million, which was way more than what I made on my job, obviously. So how much money can you make really has a lot to do with, I guess, effort, knowledge, automating things, all these things came into play for me. And what I'd like to also do today is give you some ideas of things that you can do online to make a little bit of money, because a lot of you guys are like, well, I don't even know what to do. I mean, I know I can make money online, but I don't even know what to do. So I would like to go through a few of those things with you, so that you know what you can do to make money online. And one of the first things is, I would say, drop shipping. Drop shipping is a great thing to do. And what drop shipping essentially is that there's a company that has a product to sell, and there's you. And what you do is you drive traffic, and you actually sell that product for them, and then you send them the order, and they actually ship it out. And there's so many companies that will do this for you now. I mean, and we all know about using things like Oberlo, and hooking it up with Shopify, and using AliExpress and selling some Chinese products. But there's a lot of US sellers now too, that will actually drop ship products for you. Let me get a little sip here. Hey, you guys are being kind of quiet in that chat section. Feel free to put some comments in there. And I didn't tell you, but make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button there, and ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications, so you're notified every single time I go live or I upload a new video. That's real important. Now, the next thing that was really not that big, or it wasn't even around when I got started, was print on demand, where you can sell t-shirts, you can sell mugs, you can sell hats, you can sell hoodies, you can sell shower curtains, you can sell wall hangings, and you sell these things with your design on them before they're even made. And it's really cool, because these companies will actually ship it, they'll actually make the product for you, and they'll actually ship it out to your customer after you sold it. So you could essentially go out, and I have a whole list of these, and I've got some more videos on my channel if you want to look more into drop shipping. But you can go out and sell these products, these t-shirts, these hats, these mugs, prior to ever paying for any of it. And once you sell it, you send that order to the POD company, or print on demand company, and then they're going to ship it out for you. They do it really fast. I mean, a lot of these companies are like 2 or 3 days turnaround and 2 or 3 days shipping, and the customer has the product. What it also allows you to do is to sell a wide variety of products. It used to be you had to buy a whole bunch of inventory, and you had to have all this money invested, and some things sold and some things didn't, and you had all this stuff sitting on the shelf. With print on demand, you don't have to worry about that. It's not necessary. So that's another good way you can go about it. Another good way is for doing affiliate marketing. I do affiliate marketing. Matter of fact, in this video that I'm doing right now, below in the description, once it's live, it has, not once it's live, once I'm done doing it live, there's going to be a description there, and you'll see a lot of affiliate links for different products I use. So if you have interest in those, you can click on them. And when you click on them, sometimes I get a little commission, a small percentage or something like that. How'd you go from losing money on cell phone cases to earning over $1 million in your second year online? What changed in what you were doing? That's a great question, James. And losing money is not necessarily a bad thing. It's learning. It's a learning process, and that's really what I did, is I learned. And I got to tell you, I had some luck. But here's the funny thing about luck, guys, because a lot of people will say, well, you got lucky, this person got lucky, that person got lucky. Luck comes out of effort. Luck is not just something that happens, it comes out of effort. If I had never sold those cell phone cases online, I would have never had the luck that I did, because I was exposing myself to different things. So when I started selling the cell phone cases, they didn't work out. But I started selling other products. Then I started selling little camping gear and survival, like keys and knives and different things on eBay. And I made a little bit of money, not much, maybe a few $100 a month, if that. And I had a company contact me, and they had freeze-dried and dehydrated foods. And they said, hey, we see that you sell camping gear and all this. Why don't you sell our freeze-dried foods? So I did. And I was doing about $4,000 a month, I guess, something like that. And then some things, world events happened and disasters, and all of a sudden our sales went up. And all of a sudden one month I did $80,000 in a single month. And I was like, holy crap, this is great. I can quit my job now. And that's what I did. I actually quit my job at that point. And after I quit my job, the company that was making these survival foods and shipping them out for me quit shipping. I was sending them the orders, but they weren't shipping anything out. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? And apparently they got really far behind. And I got in trouble because I had a lot of these products listed on eBay, and eBay canceled my account. They shut down all my listings because I wasn't shipping them out, and I was in a bad situation. So that wasn't very lucky, now was it? But what I did do is I found a company that could help me in making some freeze-dried dehydrated foods. Let me get another sip here. And I started my own brand, Survivalcave Food. And they were dehydrated, freeze-dried. And then I had a lot of people tell me, well, I don't want just dehydrated vegetarian meals, all this. We need protein, we need meat. And I checked into freeze-dried meats, and they were really kind of gross. Freeze-dried meat is actually like granules of meat. It's not like what you think. And you add water to it, and it turns into this mush. It's really terrible. And I didn't want to do that. So we came up with a process where we could actually can meats and sell those meats. Yeah, where is Paul? He always has great questions and relevant content. Yes, he is. Paul, where are you? Paul, we're looking for you. Paul, you need to show up. But anyhow, so I started this process of these canned meats, and now that's one of the biggest products we have. So was there luck in there? And there's a lot more steps to that. I jumped over a lot of things there. There's a lot more steps to that. But the point is, I got lucky. I got lucky because I stumbled on these customers. I stumbled on these products. But I wouldn't have if I hadn't sold cell phone cases. So I guess the main thing is, if you want luck, you got to go out there and do something. You got to do something that's going to generate luck. Luck is something that is a byproduct of your efforts. Luck isn't just something that comes and taps you on the shoulder. Like if I were to have just stayed in my job and sat in the living room, watched TV every day, no luck is going to come to the door, knock on the door and go, hey, how about canned meats? I mean, that would have never happened to me. So when I say I had some luck, everybody can have luck. It's just a matter of you putting forth the effort and getting out there and doing something. What's another thing you can do? Here's a good one, guys. You could start a YouTube channel. You could do that, right? There's a 7-year-old named Ryan who had a YouTube channel, and it made him in 2018 $22 million. Was he lucky? I don't know. He started a YouTube channel. I'm sure his parents had something to do with that, obviously. But the point is, there's so many brands out there that make so much money. Jeffree Star, who does makeup tutorials, he's a gay male guy. He made $18 million on YouTube, and he now has a cosmetic brand that sells about $100 million in products annually because he started a YouTube channel. Where your YouTube channel will go, I don't know. I don't know where mine will go. I don't know. Right now I talk about how to make money online. We're making some money doing that. But where will it go from here? I don't know. The point is, start something, do something. Once you get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time, if nothing else, you're going to have ads that run on your videos, and you can make money off that. Brian Tracy says, here's what James said. Brian Tracy says that the harder he works, the luckier he gets. That nothing could be truer. Nothing could be truer. Luck is a byproduct of effort. And I can't get that, I can't get that across to enough people. I see so many people, and they're trying to do shortcuts. They're trying to cut the process. I have a friend who started a YouTube channel, and I was helping him out with it, and I was telling him what to do. And I was saying, you got to produce a lot of content. Let me get another sip here. So he said, well, I have these interviews, and I could put some of these interviews up. I said, well, that's good, but you ought to do some fresh content. He never did that. I started putting the interviews up, and they were like, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. And, some people were watching them and just build his channel, but he wanted to put more content up. So he cut them down to 1 minute to 2 minutes, and now he's putting up 1 to 2 minute videos and getting absolutely no views. I mean, like 1 or 2 views per video, because he's trying to shortcut the process. You can't shortcut the process. You've got to work hard. And if you work hard, you get offers. And my next thing I would tell you to do is you can become an influencer. You know, in 2019, there was a guy named Cristiano Ronaldo, and you probably heard of him, right? He plays a little bit of soccer. He made $975,000 for every sponsored Instagram post, making him the highest paid influencer there was. Now, did he have other talents? Sure, but he parlayed those into being an influencer. I get contacted probably 2 or 3 times a week to do a video on a product or to talk about a product, and somebody's going to pay me. They would not have offered to do that had I have not gone onto YouTube and started a channel and started doing videos and working hard. They just wouldn't have. The next thing I'll tell you could do, you know, I'm just trying to give you some ideas today, is create an online course. I have tons of online courses. Well, tons. I've got probably six online courses now. And then I have, you know, memberships and all kinds of stuff. Some of them are $27 a month. Some of them are $1,000. Some of them are $497 a month. Some of them are $97 a month. Some of them are $197 a month. So it depends on what membership you get, what it costs. But the point is, all those little things add up for me and make me money every single month, which is kind of cool. Another thing you can do is publish some type of book. I have ebooks. I have physical books. My wife has ebooks. She has physical books. And books are something that just sell forever, you know. You can publish them through Amazon. They have a print on demand there where when somebody buys a book, they'll print it up and send it out to them, which I have that. I also have where they'll print physical copies, which we have, and we ship those out. I also have ebooks that people can download and use those. But there's all kinds of things you can do with publishing, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, this person wrote a book. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, you know, if you've written a couple of reports in high school, you know, you can write a book. It's just not that hard to do. They're maybe a little bit longer, you know, 40 or 60 pages is a good length for an ebook. Now my physical book is, I think, 150, 160 pages, but that's not that much. I mean, if you just sit down and write, you know, a page or two a day, within a month, you've got a book. It's really that simple. Or if you don't want to write, you could just drive down the street and record stuff into a recorder and send it to somebody and have them transcribe it and give it to an editor and have them edit it, and boom, you got a book. It's really that simple. Let's see here. James, what do you got? Oh, Paul, there you are, Paul. We were looking for you. We're like, where the heck is Paul at? Do you always self-publish POD? I 100% always self-publish. What is the point in going to a publisher nowadays? There is no point. Publishers are dying. It's a dying breed. Because the thing is, publishers, I guess their thing back then, you know, when they were popular, was that they could get your book in a bookstore. Where are the bookstores now? There are no bookstores, right? You can't find bookstores anymore. So the only key to the puzzle that they served was they could get your book in a bookstore. Now books are on Amazon. Now books are all over the place, and anybody can download them. And I can market better than a book company can, because they don't have my list, right? If I write a book and it has to do with making money online, I've already got a list of people. I can just email that list. If you publish through a publishing company, and these are statistics from 2 years ago, I think it is, the lifetime amount of money that you're going to make off a book, okay, if you are with a publishing company and it's a nonfiction book, is $2,000. $2,000, and that is over a period of about 10 years. So you're going to average about $200 a year off your book. That's going to be your cut. It's not even worth it. It's not worth it, right? So self-publishing, I've made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars off my books by self-publishing, because I get all the profit. All I got to do is pay to have it printed up. When you're with a publishing house, they decide, you know, what you're going to write. They decide when you're going to write it. They decide if you're going to get published. They decide on your distribution. If you go to talk about your book, they decide what you can say. One of my favorite authors is David Goggins. If you ever get a chance, check out David Goggins' Can't Hurt Me. And he had all kinds of publishers that went to publish his book, because he was a Navy SEAL, he was an Army Ranger, he did all these things, and he held all these records, Guinness Book of World Record holder for pull-ups. And they started saying, well, okay, we'll publish your book, but these are the things you can say in your speeches. And he's like, wait, you tell me what I can say in my speech? And they were like, yeah, that's part of being a publisher. We let you know what you can say. And he was like, well, screw this, I'll just publish it myself. And it turned into a New York Times bestseller, and it sold, tons of copies, and he's made a lot of money. You don't need publishers anymore. Publishing is just dead. It's dead, guys. Have you ever been a member of a mastermind group? Yeah, I was a member of several of them, as a matter of fact. I was in the War Room, another one in Florida that had to do with, shoot, I can't think of the name of it. It was a good friend of mine that had it. I even spoke at the convention. Well, it'll come to me. But yeah, I've been a member of a lot of them. I've been to a lot of them. I can't even think of off the top of my head, but a whole bunch of them. It's been like over 1.5 years since I've been to one because of COVID, unfortunately. Do you always self-publish? Yes, I do. Do you outsource your book cover? Yes, I do. I'm not good at that stuff. All I can do is write the book. I don't outsource the book. I write the book, but all of the artwork and all the design and all that, I don't do any of that. I just hire somebody. It's only a few $100. It doesn't cost you hardly anything. Next thing you could do, guys, is you could also start a blog if you want to do that. I'm going to give you probably at least 10 of these today. And let's see here. Okay. And starting a blog is good. And it can be a blog or it can be a vlog. Vlog is a video blog, of course. And in that blog, you can have affiliate links in there. Now, I recommend you putting it into keywords in the blog or blog. So that when people can just click on it. I hate seeing all those ads off to the side when I'm reading a blog. I just don't like seeing all that stuff. And I know you can make money doing that. I personally just don't like it. Have you ever hired a publicist to get you more media coverage? What's your main way to drive traffic to your YouTube channel? Do you think your ads drive traffic? 100% my ads drive traffic. The other day I had a spike of 4 times what my normal traffic was. And YouTube even told me it was because I was running ads. So yeah, that does that. I don't hire any publicists. I've had a lot of people want to work with me and want to promote my stuff. I don't need it. I really don't. I'm not looking to be like celebrity status where people know me, to be a brand name or anything like that. I just want to help people out. So, I mean, that's not even a thing I care about. I don't want to be recognized. I want to be able to go to the grocery store. So I don't really care about any of that stuff whatsoever. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just not for me, not my thing. I don't care about that. Russell Brunson says he gives books away as bait to get to enter his funnel. Yes, 100%. Wish I was at the Gorilla. That was it, the Gorilla Marketing event. I was at that. Thank you, Paul. That was the mastermind thing I went to. The lady that does numerology on ClickBank had a mastermind. I went to that, and it was amazing. Probably one of the best masterminds I've ever been to, and there were probably only about 15 people in it. But it was really amazing because everybody in the room was really good at what they did. Give me another sip here. And yeah, books. I mean, you don't even have to make money on them. Books are a way to get known. People look at a book, they look at a book and they go, well, you're probably an expert on this because you wrote the book on it. I have a book I wrote called The Great American Food Shortage. Let me put this in here. Check out The Great American Food Shortage on Amazon. That book I wrote in 2016 or 17, and it was about a illness that would strike the world, and there would be a food shortage in America. And guess what? They thought it was crazy when I wrote it, but guess what? They don't now, and I've sold a lot of those books because people were really interested in that subject matter now, and it was true. I mean, all I did was a little bit of research, and I said, oh my gosh, this problem could happen if there was some type of illness that went around the world, and it did. And the book, just helped a lot of people now. And I would suggest you guys checking out that book if you're interested in that, since you've just been through that and you know it can happen. You could also, let's see here. You could also, what else could you do that would be good? You could just go to one of these freelancer sites like freelancer.com, or you could go to upwork.com, or you go to fiverr.com and look through there and see some things that interest you, and you could do those things, offer those services. Maybe it's developing websites, maybe it's SEO, maybe it's graphic design. And if you don't know how to do any of those things, just take a course on it. Watch some videos on YouTube on it. It's not that hard to do any of these things. You can make money online, and you can make a lot of money. Now, the initial question was how much money can you make online? And that's like saying, if I go out and run, how far can I run if I practice every day? I don't know. It's an impossible question to answer, because the more effort you put into it, the more you work on it, the better you're going to get. Same thing with selling online. I mean, could you replace your job? Absolutely. I've done that. Could you make millions? Absolutely. I've done that. So it's really up to you. If you're concerned, will I be able to make my 50 grand a year on my job by selling stuff online or doing stuff online? You shouldn't be, because there's already people doing it. All you got to do is look around and say, well, if there's other people doing it, then I can do it. And what's the saying? If others can do it, if one can do it, many can do it. That's what the saying is. If one can do it, many can do it. And if many can do it, so can I. And that's so true. I mean, you can do this stuff. It's just this, I'm amazed that people think that people who sell stuff online have some special talent or something. They don't. They're just no different than anybody else. They just did it. They just went out there and did it. And that's the biggest problem. Any plans for another book in the future? Yeah, I've been working on 2 different ones, Paul, as a matter of fact. Slowly. I haven't been putting a lot of effort into it. Just when I have some spare time, I'll sit down and knock out a little bit of it. One of them has to do with just building businesses online and how to build businesses online. I think a lot of people have interest in that. So I'm working on that one. And then another one that had to do with my career in the automotive industry, which has nothing to do with making money online, but it's just a kind of interesting book. So yeah, I'm working on that too. Guys, feel free to put whatever questions you have in there. I've got a couple more minutes here, and then I got to move on to more work I got to do today. I had a nice lunch yesterday with my friend Luigi, who's 86, going to be 87 soon. And we talked about the fact that we've known each other for 34 years now. Yeah, we've been friends for 34 years. That's a long time to have a friendship, and he's as good a friend today as he was back then. Awesome guy. He taught me how to windsurf 34 years ago when I was in my 20s and he was in his 50s. I have a friend who participates in 100-mile marathons. Crazy. Is this sane? I know people who've done that. Matter of fact, my son's cross-country teacher in high school did those things. They're called ultra marathons. 50 and 100 miles. And David Goggins, the guy I mentioned, he does those too. He does a 150-mile one. I forgot the one he does, but he runs one through the desert. It's just insane. I mean, it's like 120 some odd degrees, and they run 150 miles. Insane stuff. Paul says, after watching you, I really appreciate the effort to develop content on a regular basis. Are you a guest on other YouTube channels besides John Cristani's? Yeah, I've done quite a few. Sarah Crisp is a friend of mine. She owns a channel called Wholesale Ted. I would highly recommend Wholesale Ted. And I did an interview with her, and we've done some work together. She promotes my courses and some other stuff with other people. Yeah, I do that. I'm very selective about it. I don't like to do a lot of it. And the reason I don't like to do a lot of it is because it takes away from my channel. And my whole life is a matter of decisions, yes and no decisions. And I was talking to Luigi about this yesterday. If I say yes to something, I'm saying no to something else. So if I'm saying yes, I'm going to be on somebody else's channel, I'm saying no, I'm not going to be on my channel. Now you say, well, no, JR, you can be on both of them. I know I can be on both of them, but I'm taking time that I have and investing it in something else. And when I take that time and invest it, I got to say, is it worth it to me for me to take my time and to put it into that effort? Or is it better if I take that same time and put it into my channel? So that's why I don't do it a lot. And not that these other channels aren't great and these people are wonderful. I'm just saying to you, think about your time. You've got limited time. Everybody listening to this has limited time. And one day you're going to run out. And you're going to look back and say, did I spend my time wisely? Super important that you look at that, guys. Super important. By the way, how was the dinner out the other night? Wholesale Ted is a fun channel. Yeah, it is. And the funny thing about Wholesale Ted, and she doesn't mind me saying it now because everybody knows, Wholesale Ted, she started because she didn't believe that people would listen to a female about selling stuff online, even though she's got a lot of skills and talent and made a lot of money. So she called it Wholesale Ted and made up this person, Wholesale Ted, who doesn't even exist. It's really all her. She's done it all herself. And I told her, I said, let them know it's you. I mean, my God, you're good at what you do. People would be impressed that you're in your early 20s and you've done all this stuff. But she didn't think that people would buy from a young female in their 20s. So she made up Wholesale Ted, which doesn't even exist. It's kind of funny. So yeah. So how much money can you make online, guys? Do you know the answer yet? I don't know what the maximum is I could earn. I know what I've earned in the past. I know I've got some goals for the future, but who knows? who knows what you can earn online. It's really up to you. It's really up to you what you did and what you do. And I gave you like 10 ideas today that you could put into effect immediately and make some money. If you have any other questions or you want to ask me anything else, feel free to put them in the chat now. I'm going to start winding down so I get in the other room and get some other work done here. Do you think being on other channels is a way to leverage their audiences? 100%. Yeah. Like when I do something with Sarah, or if I do something with John or whoever, I see a spike in the number of people that come to my channel. I have people say, hey, I saw you on this interview or whatever. So yeah, it does help. So then it kind of begs the question, do you always want to talk to somebody on a channel that's bigger than yours so that you can get a spike in your traffic? The answer is no to that, because if I only did that, if I only said I'm only going to talk to people who have a huge audience, that way I get a spike in mine, then I'm not helping somebody else out who has a smaller channel. So I think it's a matter of also helping other people. That's super important. So if somebody comes to me and they've got 2,000 subscribers, less than half what I have, and they want to talk to me, and I think they've got an interesting channel and an interesting angle, I'm probably going to do it. I'm probably more likely to do that for somebody who has a smaller channel to get them going, because I think that comes back to me a whole lot more than when I get something out of it. That's just my belief in it. So yeah, so that's about making money online today, guys. I really appreciate everybody being here today. I appreciate you showing up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. I don't see a lot of people ringing that bell. Ring that bell, guys. I need you to do that, and I need that thumbs up right now. Take a second. Even if you've given me a thumbs up on another video, they all need it. So just click it real quick right now. I'll wait. Did you get it done? Did you click that thumbs up? Man, I hope so. James always does it. Any plans to do more for your Survivalcave foods, like best practices for food storage or product reviews? I'm going to be hitting the blogging thing a whole lot more on Survivalcave food, probably in the coming year, maybe not in the next coming months because I have a lot of stuff going on. But I'm going to work on the blog a lot to help people out, to give them good articles on stuff. So that is on the horizon. I'm in the process of moving my site over to a new platform. Not a new platform, an upgraded platform, I should say. So that's what we're working on now. As soon as we do that, we'll probably get back to that. Guys, thanks a lot. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Let me get over to my other screen real quick. And there we go. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys have an awesome day. I'll be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. and Saturday at 10 a.m. So I'll see you then.